This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, discounted prices, miniaturemarket.com.
Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here, and today we're going underground. We're going to be making different tunnels because we're ants. We're going to be making tunnels for different types of fruit and the queen ant and red army ants. Today we're taking a look at Micropolis. This is from Matagot and it's for 2 to 6 players. Takes about 30 minutes to play. This is a tile drafting game. It's designed by the same team that brought us Abyss, a popular card game, Bruno Cathala and Charles Chevalier. So let's take a look. I'll see you on the other side. At the beginning of the game, each player is going to get their own foundation and 5 of these really cool red ants, which are soldiers, which are essentially used for currency in this game. Because in this game, there's 7 tiles pushed face up. This one is free to the player whose turn it is. If they want this one, they have to place a red ant here. If they want this one, they'd have to place an ant on everyone that they're skipping over to take this. And then the next players, if any player takes one of these, they'll also get those ants. So think of them as a form of currency. Now what you're doing in this game is drafting these tiles and building one big circular ant hill. And so, for instance, let's just say we put an ant here and we take this one. Now at the beginning of the game, you'll just place it anywhere, then every other tile after that has to go either to the left or the right of your anthill. So in this case, we have our first tile. Now some of the tiles have different things that go on. Fruits, you're trying to collect unique ones for points at the end of the game. This is a queen ant. You want her, you'll see these different tunnels, and you want her to be in her own tunnel. Because if she is, you'll get 1 point for every tile that is part of this tunnel. But if there's a second queen ant in the same tunnel, well, they fight and it's worth nothing. Now each player in clockwise order is going to be drafting these tiles. When it gets back to the first player, we'll see how many tiles are left. If it's less than the amount of players, we'll stop the round. We'll reassess who has the strongest army, meaning the most of the red soldier ants. That player is going to get the first player marker and be able to pick first next round. Now after everyone has drafted their 10th tile, they will have finished their ant colony there, and then you'll go through a series of scoring, and you'll just basically score each one just like this on a score pad. But let's go through the different scoring. First of all, you're going to get 1 point for every ant that's in here, including the special ants. Next, the player who has the largest army, meaning the most still in their foundation, will get 5 points. Then you're going to score unique fruit. If you look at these, we see we've got a cherry here, a gift. This is a unique fruit. It can be any of the others. It's a wild. So here's 2 unique fruits. Now, depending on the amount of unique fruits you get a certain amount of points. 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25 points for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 unique fruits. Now in this one over here, we have another 2. So you can score the unique fruits and you can get big points with that. Now again, if you have a queen and she's the only one in that tunnel, you get 1 point for each tile that tunnel touches. In this case, it's just 2 points, but you might be able to get one to go all the way around and get 10 points as long as there's not another queen in that tile. And you might have another queen somewhere in the anthill. As long as it's not touching this specific tunnel, you'll be okay and you'll be able to score more than 1 queen. The player that has the most ants will get 5 points as well. And then you'll get points for barracks. When you place tiles like this, they have little spots for ants. At that time only, you can decide to place or not. If you place them, you'll get that many points at the end for putting red army ants in that barrack. And there's different ants that can do different things. This one allows you to rearrange ants either on or off of a specific barracks. This one allows you to get an architecture token, and then you can take any tile for free by spending this. This allows, forces the person who has the most in their red army to discard one, and then you get one. This one actually gives you a certain amount of ants depending on however many of these that they're holding. That's basically the whole game. You add them up. Whoever has the most is the winner. There's a variant for 2 and 3 players where each of you will build 2 colonies, which makes it a little bit more strategic and different ways to go down. Now the art and theme of this game is just gorgeous. You don't often see themes about ants. There's a few games I know of out there that use that theme, but it's not used a lot. It is a cool theme, and the art is just gorgeous. The little ants are so cute in this game, and even the little miniatures of the ants, just the sculpts look so cool of the red ants sitting on there. Great job on production here. Now this is a simple tile drafting game, and I like that you're basically you're building your own ant colony. It's such a cool thing. It has table presence. Your first tile goes anywhere, then the other tiles that you take have to touch to the left or right side of your colony, and you're trying to decide on how to build that thing up. I think it's cool. And I like adding soldiers to get different tiles. I've always loved that mechanism where, the further back you go, the more you have to pay. In this case, you're paying with those ants, the red soldier ants, which is big because the largest army is going to get the first player marker and get to choose first next round, and they'll be able to get points at the end if you have the largest army. So you're giving up a very important currency there. I like that you can go for the unique fruits in one tunnel, and the more you get, the more points you get. Those can be huge points, but everyone's going to be going for those, right? So they're definitely hard to get. Or you can go for the single queen. If you have one queen in that tunnel, it's going to be worth a point for each of the tiles she's in, but if there's another one, well, they fight each other. They don't like being in the same tunnel. You get no points. Cool little aspect there. I like the barracks. Again, you're dealing with that currency of flexibility of getting better tiles, or possibly points in the end, but you can now turn those ants in for points at the end of the game there if you know you're not going to win that. I like that you can get points for every ant. Sometimes you're just going for tiles with lots of ants on them. It might be the best choice at the time. You could be getting more soldier ants and taking them from someone who has the biggest army. That's cool too. And I like that the 2 and 3 player variant has you build 2 colonies, because with 2 players, I didn't find it as interesting with just building 1 colony, but building the 2 was definitely more interesting, so you definitely use that variant. On the negative side, the rules use a term a lot called a gallery, and essentially this is a tunnel, but it wasn't explained very well in the rules. They didn't even give you any examples, and it was quite confusing a little bit for a lot of players on how to do it. But if you just explain, look at the tunnels, a gallery is a tunnel, and then it just makes sense. I'm not sure why they didn't just translate that. Gallery doesn't really mean much like that, at least the way that we use it here. So I wish they would have kind of fixed that. And then I felt like the economy, I love the economy of the red ants and stuff, but I felt it might have been a little bit too tight to grant enough options. A lot of times if you start to get low and you're just not behind the right person that spends those ants, you can get stuck with basically taking just the tile that's there a lot because you don't have a lot of ants left and this and that. So I felt like the economy was a little tight for my liking, but overall it's an enjoyable game. If you're looking for a short 30-minute or less drafting game that's got cute art that feels different building that circle, it has different ways to score, then you're going to want to check out Micropolis.
This video was sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, video, and written game reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, the online gaming superstore. Thousands of board games, discounted prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com.